Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, people? How we doing? How we living? How we feeling? It's a good day to be good. And it's a great day to be great, some would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great day just a great day.
Just a great day to be on God's given earth. This green piece of land.
Amen. Huh? What more
Wow.
can we ask for?
Let's get it popping.
How's my audio sound? I feel a bit low.
Do you?
Check. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, we can turn you up if we need.
Let the people tell us, but
All right.
how y'all feeling?
Do we need to turn up Badake? Let us know if we need to or
Still working
not.
through the kinks. Still working through the kinks.
Yeah, we like to get a little kinky. What's up, people? Welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day and watching a little combine. Let's be honest, the combine, it's not really important for us until a couple days from now, but there's still information that you can gather. And crazy story today about Jalen Cater. That definitely changes the draft. I'm sure most of you are aware of what's going on right now, but maybe you are someone out there who is like, what do you mean? What happened with Jalen Cater? Well, there was a warrant issued for his arrest. Is that correct?
Yeah, there was a warrant issued out for his arrest just based on reckless driving and
it was connected to an incident where people had died in an accident, in a car accident.
I was talking to Zach about this a little bit earlier. You know, it's probably going to affect him right here in the combine and all the interview processes that he probably was going to go through. And now, you know, his media team and his personnel team are saying, okay, you can't talk about anything, don't say anything, and it's going to hinder him from all these interviews, unfortunately, that he probably would have gone through the combine. But I mean, with all the information that we know, I'm not necessarily sure if this is going to be a thing where like he's not a player that's not, because it's not like he killed somebody. It sounds terrible, right? Like this, like make sure this is clear, right? Like he didn't kill anyone. He didn't do anything to put the other person in danger. He was
that we know of so far.
That we know of, according to the reports, they were racing. He was in his car, the other person was in his car, and unfortunately, the other person passed away. Right.
We have no idea how that works out in a courtroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Or legally, like what that means. So we don't really know what to say, but. What were you gonna say to finish there?
No, that's basically it. Like I think this is probably gonna drop him a couple spots, but I don't think this is gonna be something that puts him in the end. Like right now, he was a top 5 pick, right? Top 3 pick. This is gonna put him now in the 5 to 8. Not gonna be he's not gonna fall outside of the first round. He's not gonna fall to end the first round. I'll be really surprised if that happens unless more information does come out. Yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah. So, a statement he released this morning, I received a telephone call from the Athens, Georgia Police Department informing me that 2 misdemeanor warrants had been issued against me for reckless driving and racing. Numerous media reports have also circulated this morning containing inaccurate information concerning the tragic events of January 15, 2023. It's my intention to return to Athens to answer the misdemeanor charges against me and to make certain that the complete and accurate truth is presented. There is no question in my mind that when all of the facts are known, that I will be fully exonerated for any criminal wrongdoing. So, here's what I will say. Let's take the legal part of it out completely. We don't know what happens. Wish everyone the best. Hope it gets figured out, right? We're not going to pretend to like break it down like we know what the hell's going on. Here's what I will say though. This definitely makes it more difficult for a team like Chicago to trade out of the 1 spot. Because if you're Chicago, you're wanting Jalen Cater or Will Anderson. Regardless of how you feel about this situation, it feels like really if you're Chicago, you want Will Anderson, right? And if you're the Cardinals at 3, you want Will Anderson. So that kind of makes the 101, if you're the Texans, for example, right? You have more leverage because you're like, do I really need to trade up? Are you gonna trade back to 4? So, and maybe miss out on Will Anderson? Are you just gonna bet on Jalen Carter, everything to be okay legally here? So I don't know. I don't think Jalen Carter is no longer. I don't think he's a lock for a top 5 anymore. He's probably still gonna go top 15 because risk reward. But I think it makes, unfortunately for the Bears, I would say they have a little bit less leverage today than they did before. And on the opposite side, the Colts would have to pay much more now if they were to want to get a deal done to move up to 1 and have the Bears go to 4. So
yeah,
it's a good day for the Texans. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, it puts the Bears in a really tough position. But once you have to hope that, and if the Bears are going to do their homework, that the investigation, all this has to be done in less than a month, right? Yeah. If they can get a firm answer that Jalen Carter wasn't, I guess, if all these charges can be dismissed some way, or maybe he pays a fine in some way, or he does like 30-day jail thing, I don't know, like, and that is out of the way before the NFL draft.
Yeah,
that can really still help him and help the Bears.
Sure.
And maybe they'll help him.
Maybe we'll all get figured out. What I would say is, any of us trying to predict exactly what's going to happen, I don't think anyone can do that right now. So definitely makes the draft a little more interesting, and will make trading carry more risk. But let's hope everything's fine, right? For every party involved. And today we are doing a Dynasty rookie mock draft. So if you want to be a part of it, how can people be a part of it, Badake?
Yeah, all you have to do is join our Discord, guys. Link in the description below, and you should be seeing that in the chat here very soon. Go to our Discord, go to Dynasty Damn It, and then go to Dynasty Mock Draft tab. That's exactly where I'll be posting the link. It is first come, first serve. We go live Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always. And that's about it, guys. Really, we're going to be doing mock drafts all the way up until the season starts.
Yeah.
And
we also...
Go ahead. No, I was going to say we're also going to go live right after the NFL draft.
Yeah.
To do a big stream.
Right after each round. Yeah.
Rookie mock draft. That's right.
So, Scary said combine stream. We will be live when the wide receivers, running backs,
when
offensive players are going to be doing their drills, we'll be live. We can't show it, obviously, but we'll be reacting to it. You guys can come hang out with us. It will be a, no pressure stream. We probably won't be talking as much as we normally do because we'll be watching, but we'll just kind of be reacting. And if you guys want to come hang with us while we do that, then we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you join. But up to you.
I was going to say that might be a problem for us. We need to double check. I don't think so. If those times are going to be...
I remember last year it was like right in the morning for us.
So it says quarterbacks, wide receiver, tight ends, which is Saturday. The drill started at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that will be Sunday for us. And that's going to be really early in the 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's like 5, maybe even 4 o'clock, I'm going to say. I could be wrong.
Okay.
If I'm doing my maths right, but we will keep you guys updated because now I'm looking at the times. I'm not sure if that's going to work for us.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to.
we'll
I remember last year, dude. I remember last year being live.
I remember last year as well. Yeah, me too.
It was during the day. Maybe it changed.
Maybe it did change. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll have to figure that out, but we will probably be live. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Do us a massive favor. If you have yet to do so, drop that like.
You like that?
If you like the content, if you like what we're pumping out, you want a simple way to support the stream and basically say, hey, YouTube, we like this. And then YouTube can suggest it to other people. Do us a favor, drop a like. If we get to the 100 like mark, we will do 2 mock drafts today. So if you want to see 2 mock drafts, help us get to that 100 like mark. Combine time did change from last year. Okay, well, that's going to be interesting. That might change things. We'll have to keep you guys updated. But I'm going to go ahead and choose a spot. Let's choose number 3. I sent you the link, right?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't make a pick. I'll go 7 here, and I'll send this link out here once again. Join our Discord, link in the description below. Go to Draft tab. I'm going to send this link. It is first come, first serve. At everyone, send the link here in 3, 2, 1.
And
there you go.
By the way, yesterday, if you guys were on stream with us, I made a work of art live. A lot of pressure. You guys know I'm an artist. And I just tweeted it out today. So if you want to go have a look at that image, it's over on my Twitter. But drawing Jordan Love every day until he becomes a starter. We drew this one live together on the stream yesterday. So check it out over on Twitter. We'll see how long I keep that up for. It depends how many people actually like it. But okay, let's go ahead and get to this mock draft. So the landing spots we're using from Walter Football. And this will probably change. Jalen Cater went 1, so we have to assume that's probably going to change. CJ Stroud went to the Texans. Bryce Young to the Colts. Anthony Richardson to the Raiders. Will Levis to the Panthers. Quentin Johnston is a Texan. JSN is a Patriot. Brian Branch, I like that, to the Washington Commanders, even though it says Redskins. And into the back half, Bijan Robinson goes to the Lions, which we've talked about before. Could that actually happen? I think it could. Zay Flowers to the Ravens. Jordan Addison to the Giants. Jalen Hyatt to the Bills. Michael Mayer to the Bengals. And then we go into the second round here. Somehow, oh, sorry, that's not the second round. Here we go. Second round. We see the first offensive player in the second round is Jahmyr Gibbs to the Panthers. Then we see Kayshon Boutte to the Packers. Jonathan Mingo to the Steelers. Damn, that's early for Mingo. Tanner McKee to the Bucks. Zach Charbonnet to the Dolphins, which is nice. The Seahawks get Cedric Tillman. Luke Musgrave is a Lion. And then we see the next offensive player in the third round. Darnell Washington to the Texans. Hendon Hooker to the Broncos. Zach Evans to the Rams. Xavier Hutchinson to the Titans in the third. Dalton Kincaid to the Packers. Josh Downs to the Colts. Max Duggan, for some reason, was drafted. Same with Deuce Vaughn. Dontavion Wicks to the Cowboys. Kenny McIntosh to the Chiefs. And we actually have a fourth round. In the fourth round, we see Chris Rodriguez to the Raiders. Devin Achane to the Browns. Andre Yoshivas to the Falcons. Jaden Reed to the Jets. Rashee Rice to the Falcons. Tucker Kraft to the Panthers. Stetson Bennett to the Saints. Rakim Jarrett to the Patriots. The Redskins get Sam Laporta, Washington. Luke Schumacher goes to the Chiefs. Jaron Hall to the Seahawks. Tyler Scott to the Chargers. Charlie Jones to the Browns. And somehow they don't have Sean Tucker or Zach Evans. Oh, wait. Zach Evans went. Sean Tucker hasn't gone. So, assuming he's 5th round pick, that's going to be hard to draft him.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and start this rookie draft, super flex, tight end premium. We'll stop at the end of each first round. Wow. Bijan Robinson goes at the 101. Thanks for the sub, Peter.
I don't have my voice filter on. Let me just double check. Was that cutting out again? Let me just double check. No, I turned it off before the live stream. Maybe it was because I was moving back and forth. Hopefully it sounds better.
Okay, Bryce Young's off the board. And now I've got CJ Stroud sitting here, super flex format. Let's not overthink it. And we'll grab CJ.
Give it to CJ, baby.
Styles says make it your Twitter header. I actually like my Twitter header. Oof. You're too small. You're too small, Jari. That's my Twitter header right there. Just let him know. Let him know. You just sunned him on that catch. Okay, so we saw Gibbs go ahead of JSN and a couple other guys. So Gibbs went to the Panthers in the second round, which is a nice spot. I mean, seeing how they use Christian McCaffrey. Similar size with Christian McCaffrey, similar skill set. So that's cool. Anthony Richardson at the 105, and then Jordan Addison at the 106. Addison went to the Giants in the back half of the first round, you've
Where
got
did
a
JSN
lot of options here.
Where did JSN go that no one likes?
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, Jace went to the Panthers, or sorry, to the
Patriots,
which I think is a great landing spot. He's my wide receiver 1, but you have your wide receiver 1 on the board.
Yeah, I don't love that landing spot for him. Just like I wouldn't love Quentin going there.
I think the Patriots just need someone who's a playmaker like that. So I would like it, but I understand why people don't.
Where did Quentin go? I'm trying to find him. Let's see. Did he go to the Texans?
He went to the Texans, yeah. Pick 12.
He did go to the Texans. Okay. I mean, I'll take my wide receiver 1 here. I like that landing spot. He does go with Bryce Young here Bryce Young he goes with.
Yep.
Yeah, so I like that thought process there. No, he goes with CJ. He goes with CJ actually, which is my QB1. That's even better. I mean, imagine getting JSN at the 108.
So I was about to say, Andrew here at the 108 is getting an absolute steal. That's insane. Well done. Gives to the Panthers, works out with only Chubb and Foreman. Yep, it's a good spot. We see JSN go, then Will Levis at the 1-9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, na. JSN not expected to run the 40. I'll be honest, guys. He's going to run the 40 at his pro day. If the combine was going to change your opinion of JSN, I just don't think that we watched the same film. I know he's not going to run fast. That is not why he's my wide receiver 1. So I don't know. It definitely sucks. I want everyone to be at the combine, you know.
I guess my thought process is, was he not ready? Like, were you still
some
not
people
ready?
just decide not to do it at the combine, you know?
Yeah, I know in certain circumstances that being in as a quarterback or a wide receiver, you're running routes in a place that you're familiar in. You're running routes and getting the ball thrown from a quarterback that you're familiar with, right? But what does JSN have to lose at the combine? But at the same time, what does he have to gain?
For me, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, the combine, I did not expect JSN to test well. So I guess it doesn't change much for me, but right. I can understand why others out there would be frustrated. I'm not in the combine absolutely matters. Testing absolutely matters. People rise and they fall down boards. But the fact that he's not testing, it doesn't change a lot for me. So
right.
I don't know.
I guess yeah, I would agree. I would agree that like the testing doesn't necessarily matter in like
for JSN. I definitely think it matters. I definitely think it matters. I would never say
testing doesn't matter for JSN. But if you're going to run the same 40 time and do the same drills on your pro day, you just want to do it somewhere that you're comfortable. We want to see you uncomfortable. You know, we want to see you getting the ball thrown from somebody else, you having to adjust, right? And that goes for not just JSN, that goes for everyone. That's my 2 cents. That's how I'm feeling about the situation. I don't mind people doing their own pro day. Just wish that they put themselves in an uncomfortable situation.
Sure.
And I feel like they're kind of copying out in that area.
I don't think Jamar Chase ran the 40 at the combine, did he? I don't know if anyone can catch up.
You're on the clock, by the way. I don't know if you know this. Sorry.
Yeah, I am. I'm not sure. Did Kyle Pitts run the 40 at the combine? I can't remember that year. I am on the clock. I'm going to take Zach Evans here. He went to the Rams. And personally, I think he could definitely take over that role within his first year. I like the player. I like the capital. And Akers, you know, this is his last year of his contract. I don't know that they're going to sign him long-term after that injury. You see Michael Mayer at the 2-1, Josh Downs at the 2-2, Jalen Hyatt at the 2-4, Devin A-Chain at the 2-5. Kyle says, I did want to know what he'd run with an official 40. Yeah, for sure. And I think you'll find that at his pro day. Sucks that we don't get to see it with everyone else, but I guess think about it from think about it from this perspective, guys, right? And not to compare them as the same players, but Do you think Kyron Williams should have ran the 40 last year? And did you expect him to run a very fast 40 or be impressive at it? If Kyron Williams didn't run the 40 last year, would he have fallen so far? I'm not saying he's a good prospect or anything, but you see where I'm coming from? Like, the smart business decision for his draft capital would have been not to run the 40-yard dash. I just think there are more eyes on the combine, and if you know you're not going to test well, like, it's not going to improve if it's not going to improve your draft capital, don't do the test, right? That's how I would view it if I was him, and if I'm thinking about I want to get drafted as high as possible.
Sorry, I'm just looking at my pick here. I'm just check one more area. And
Kyle says, how long has Jasmine been back? She's been in and out. Chase ran the 40 at his pro day. Yeah, I thought so too. Bateman did not work out. You're right on that. Yep.
Take a look.
Just started looking into it a few days ago.
I'm not necessarily opposed to Jason not running the 40 in the NFL Combine. I've seen a lot of arguments of why players like to do their 40 at their pro day, or like do all their testing at their pro day, because they're more comfortable, they're familiar with the grass, they don't have as many eyes as them at the time. But at the same time, I see the other side where it's just like, okay, so you're gonna do your own pro day, so you're a little bit more comfortable and you can test better, which will probably raise your stock. Completely fair. But where is the uncomfortability? Where is the unknown territory? Where is that?
I get it, but I feel like that's more like I would care more about that from playing the game of football. Like, I understand that you're more comfortable. It's a big stage, but let's say if you were to run 0.3 seconds faster on your pro day than you were at your combine, like, does that translate to the NFL? Like, you're not going to be slower, like. I definitely get it, but I just feel like I care more about how you perform going to the next level rather than like performing in testing. I don't care where you test personally, but
I would agree there. I would definitely agree. But at the same time, like, that's a two-sided coin. Okay, well, yeah, you tested, you had 0.3, you were 0.3 fast at your pro day. I should have just done it at the combine then.
0.3 actually means a lot, though, to be fair. But I just mean like in people's eyes. But I guess my point is, testing is absolutely important. As long as you test, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And if you don't test in something that we already can tell from film you're not good at, I won't dip you in my rankings because of that, because I already hopefully I would have already seen that on film. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It could be 200 IQ from JSN to like, I re-injured my hamstring, so I'm not running the 40 on my pro day.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like,
imagine. Gosh.
But I think you've seen, like we talked about Jamar Chase. I'm pretty sure he ran his 40 at his pro day. Didn't make him any less valuable. Bateman, we talked about, ran at his pro day. He's still got first round. There's a lot of people who haven't run their 40s at the combine. It definitely sucks. I get it from like, we want to see all these guys all together, but from a business point of view, I can see why Jason's agent might be like, hey, probably we've learned enough from the past to think this isn't a good idea,
No, I would agree there. Definitely a big money move, because running the 40 at your pro day can help you move up a couple spots or vice versa. But yeah, definitely see both perspectives. I'm interested to see how he responds, and how he tests when it does come down to it.
There's just not a scenario in my mind where he ran a 4.4 anything. Like, I'm assuming he's like a 4.58. Maybe slower. From what we saw on film. So so let's look at these first two rounds. I would say still JSN feels like the steal of the first two rounds at this point. Sean Tucker goes at the 210. I know some people were asking about him in the chat. Cole says, I don't know why people are losing hype on Sean Tucker. He has all the skill sets of an ideal NFL back. Well, definitely, I think he will be testing. We do need to get official measurements on his size, because A lot of sites have him measured in at 205. So we'll have to see exactly what he is. But I and I both like Sean Tucker.
If Zay Flowers can put on 15 pounds, Sean Tucker can put on 15 pounds.
Sure, it's possible.
But yes, I do like Sean Tucker. And the only reason why he has been drafted earlier is because in some of these mock drafts that we do use, he's not getting drafted. So a lot of people like to, it's an exercise to try to see, hey, if someone like Sean Tucker that we believe in doesn't get the draft capital, where am I going to go? Where am I pivoting to?
Yeah. So at this moment, Sean Tucker wasn't drafted in the first 4 rounds. So honestly, even with him not being drafted in the first 4 rounds, if he's a 5th round running back, that's difficult. That's the best case scenario in this scenario. So, any other steals that we can point to? Not really. I think everything kind of feels relatively normal. Yeah, I think everyone's done pretty well.
Yeah. I think it just everything feels good. Where'd Tillman go? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, Tillman went the 2.6. That is pretty high compared to what we normally see.
Tillman?
I'm pretty sure he was in the...
Not in the 3rd. I think he might be in the 2nd.
Yeah, he was in the 2nd round to the Seahawks. Which is very interesting.
Don't love the landing spot. But
yeah, I don't know why they would spend a 2nd round pick on him, but they did. So
I probably would take Rice there. He goes in the 3rd, no? Oh, he might go in the 4th actually. That's probably why he fell so much.
But do us a favor, guys. If you want to see a second mock draft tonight, help us get to our like goal, which is 100. Just a simple way for you to support the show and see more content. So if we get to that like goal of 100, we'll pop off another rookie mock. We'll get a whole new group of people. So if you want to see that happen, drop a like for us. We appreciate that. Let's get into this 3rd round here.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with the chat as much as we can. Sorry, guys. We love how much the community has grown, and we love to see people have conversations with each other. As always, we will respond to any super chats. Otherwise, we will do our best to keep up. Was it Flowers who released those bulking up photos? Yes, it was. That was him.
Yeah. Which is great. I mean, he's still small, but put some weight, show you speed. I'm pretty sure he's going to test here at the combine, putting on an extra 15 and probably still having that speed that we hope and expect him to have, which is going to be really, really good.
Yeah, so I'm up here and I'm just looking at my options. There's a specific player I feel I'm willing to take a risk on here, and it is a quarterback. This quarterback went in the 2nd round. It's Tanner McKee to the Bucks. If Tanner McKee gets drafted to the Bucks in the 2nd round, I personally think Tanner McKee is a better prospect than Kyle Trask.
I would agree.
Maybe it's just me, but how does he not beat out Kyle Trask? I don't know. And not to disrespect Kyle Trask, that's not the point I'm trying to make, but 2nd round is not awful.
No, I like it. I like the pick.
Let's grab Hendon Hooker here at the 3-3. Or sorry, fuck.
Made the pick. It's okay.
Let's see if I can change it to Tanner McKee. Okay, that's who I meant to draft. Let's draft Tanner McKee here at the 3-3. I just think, hey, I mean, a lot of weapons around him as he starts. Good offensive minds there, and he only has to beat out Kyle Trask. I don't hate that.
No, I don't hate it either. And I think we need to remember Tanner McKee. Yeah, he may not be that prototypical guy that we want in the NFL right now, or the NFL wants right now.
Hey, thanks so much for the sub, Kelvin.
We appreciate you. But you have to remember, this guy was the 3rd quarterback coming out in that year out of high school behind Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah. And he's one of those players where you talk about lack of talent around Anthony Richardson and Will Levis. You have no idea when we talk about a guy like Tanner McKee. If we're talking about lack of talent, he is in S tier by himself of this class. Like,
Yeah.
there was no one at Stanford, and Michael Wilson's a good prospect, but he wasn't healthy. There was no one to help out Tanner McKee. That team was awful, literally awful. So, yeah. And I think it's possible. I think it's possible for McKee to go in the second round.
Where did Kenny went already? Just going through some people here.
Hooker skipping combine. Keep in mind, Hooker is recovering from an ACL, so I would be surprised if he was there. To be fair, no response during live drawings though. Not. Yeah, I'm an artist. I gotta be in my zone.
Kind of being in this zone.
Isn't Tillman 6'3" player profile listed at 5? He's definitely not 5'9". He's definitely over 6 foot.
Tillman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
What are you thinking here?
Just going through some people, man.
How heavy do you think Bryce is? I would probably say 190 or so. What's he currently listed at?
I'll take Izzy here.
Israel Abanikanda.
Yeah, Abanikanda, my Brooklyn brother. How we feeling, my guy?
He's currently listed at 194. I would say he's probably going to weigh in at 190. But I don't know. Maybe he just carbs a load before he gets weighed. You know, like Michael Scott before the 5K fun run. Just carbs a load.
You know what's crazy? Bro, it's. I saw the video of him walking in on the combine. I didn't realize how small he was.
We've talked about it though all off season. That's what's funny.
I know we've talked about it, but like I guess that was my first true visual of how small. I knew he was small. You read it, you see it, you watch him play. When you watch him play, I don't think he looks as small or amongst all those other guys. Okay. Probably in the huddle, yes, 100%. But like when he's on the field, he's doing his cadence. I'm like, okay, I can probably see like maybe a 6'1", you know, because of perspective, it's a little bit weird. But then when I saw that video of him walking, I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's Zach. I said, that's Zach. That's literally what I said.
I never thought he was 6 foot, to be fair. Personally,
no,
I was just like, we've been talking about for months that he's undersized. Mm-hmm. And now we're like, damn, he's undersized. We're seeing this at the combine. Like,
I guess it's
of
like
course
if you're an NFL team.
We know that.
If you're an NFL team that hasn't seen him in person, and you see Bryce Young for the first time, you're shocked.
Sure.
You love the talent, but you're shocked of how small he actually is in person.
Right.
Mind you, I'm looking at this through video, right? And I'm getting shocked. So, it's interesting. It's interesting to see how they're gonna value him and do everything. But I'm excited.
Yeah, I guess I'm like on the side of like, I thought he would be really small already.
I thought so too. But the thing is, I thought so too. I've been saying it. We've both been.
Yeah.
But like, when you see it, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
You know.
What's up, Coach Tommy? He says, I will say I've had Mingo way farther up my board than anyone. Current ADP on Sleeper is 999. So many small guys getting love. Yeah, Mingo is definitely a player to monitor. I think we need to find out what the NFL thinks about him, because where did he go here? Did he go in the third round? No, he went in the second, didn't he? I don't see him going in the second round. He went to the Steelers. I'll be happy and hold my hands up if I'm wrong. I think the earliest he will go is third round, if not later. But what do you think, Badake? Do you have a strong opinion on that?
No, I don't. I don't have much of an opinion on Mingo. He's just gonna be one of those guys. People, he's one of those. Oh, that's my guy. I think he's going to go higher, and for us, he's just not that guy for us. He's going to be more of one of those late round picks, and if he does get the draft capital, we're all going to be reevaluating it, and then there's going to be people out there saying, "I told you so." You know, that's kind of the situation that I'm picturing with a lot of these guys. Mingo, you know, we can probably say you can say that for Puka, you can say that for, you know, Tyler Scott. So many guys.
Yeah. Speaking of Tyler Scott, just to have some fun here in the fourth round. I'm going to draft him. Michael's son. Welcome to the squad. He's going to run a nice 40.
Michael's son.
Yeah, man. Do you guys think the Seahawks grab a quarterback at 5? I would be surprised, but they're talking about it as if they will, or that they are heavily considering it. I more feel like that's a little lip service to improve their trade back options, right? Because the Raiders are right after them. You got the Panthers who probably want a quarterback. I think they're probably trying to bump the value of that draft pick a little bit. But we'll see. Appreciate all the likes and all the love today, guys. Only 5 likes away from our like goal of 100. Help us get there, and let's pop off another mock for you.
Yeah.
If we get to that 100 like mark and get a whole new group of people. Kyle, how early would you guys go tight end in a 2 tight end league? 2 tight end league. So you have to start 2 tight ends? Do these people just hate being happy?
That's not a premium whatsoever. It's just 2 tight ends.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Probably I will put like every player here like 2 or 3 spots higher. Right? So Mayer probably taking him at the 110 or the 19.
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid at the 24, 25.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. You're just gonna have to take them a little bit higher than usual in a rookie mock and or a dynasty startup, you know.
I think the issue is that in a 2 tight end, they're more valuable because you have to start more, but there's still mediocrity when it's after like those first like 7-8 guys on the list. So it's still mediocrity, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey guys, if you want to see another mock draft, we're only 3 likes away from our like goal of 100. Help us get to that 100 like mark, and we will pop off a new mock draft for you here with a whole new group of people. Let's see, just trying to keep up with the chat as well. Levis at 9 is a steal. Don't forget we play in 6-point passing touchdown. Yeah, we do like Levis there at the 9. Running back class is deep. It is deep. I have Pitts, Dulcich, Ingram as my 3 in a 32 team league, 2 tight ends. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's up, Ja? Hit that like goal before Zach draws Jordan Love again. I mean, hey, I can pop off another Jordan Love one if y'all want.
No, please no.
Yeah, I want to give the people what they want. Just tell me exactly what you guys want, and I'll draw Jordan Love for you. Because
we all want the mock.
Hey, by the way, I've been talking about buying David Montgomery recently. I've talked about him as a decent buy. And I just remember the video that we did recently where I said, I don't know, I think you might be able to get him a little bit later. Remember we were talking about that? I think people are hesitant on Monty. You might be able to get him for a 209 in a piece, 210, 211 in a piece. Well, I just want to show people what I was able to do today. Me and Reb, which we love Reb, we had a deal go down. I got David Montgomery. That is the 210. And I think that's like the 403. So that's the 210 right there is the pick that I sent, and the 403. So always like when we tell people to do things and then show them what we've done. I think Monty, there's a lot of flexibility to go get Monty right now. 209 to 210, 212. You might be able to do it just for that pick. You might have to add a late, 4th or something. But definitely something that there's risk, of course, because there's no guarantee that Monty lands in a good spot. But I like it. I've talked about him as a buy low, and I just wanted to show people an example of that buy low. Okay, so we'll do a part 2 here. Linear. Badake, if people want to join, how can they join? Let them know that while I'm doing
this.
If
you guys want to join this mock draft, all you have to do is join our Discord. Go
Discord.
To Dynasty.
You said Discord, by the way. You cut out there. Go ahead.
Oh, did I? I don't know why I'm cutting out. Go to Dynasty. Go to our Discord. Go to Dynasty. Damn it, Dynasty mock draft tab, and that's exactly post link. for this Discord. For this mock draft, excuse me. And I would need a link once you are ready. By the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you one. Yep.
Because I don't have a link. All right, here we go. Let me join as well.
Shane, we actually just covered your video on our Dynasty Trades video. If you guys don't know, we have moved our Dynasty Trades videos to Twitter. That's where we're going to start accessing trades from. So, yeah. So if you want your trades to be considered on that video series that we do, make sure you drop myself a follow. Make sure you drop Badake a follow. We're both going to be tweeting out kind of like alternatively each week. We'll be tweeting out. And then, of course, I would say give DynastyLand a follow as well. If you want your trades to kind of be on our trade shows that we do on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
So we did see Shane's trade there and we covered it. We'll cover as many as we can when we do those video series. But okay, so you're at the 4.
Yeah, I'm at the 4.
I'll grab the 8. I haven't done the 8
let me
in a
know.
while. Let's go ahead and send that out.
All right, send that link. Once again, join our Discord, link in the description below. Dynasty Damn It, Dynasty Mock Draft tab. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Make sure no one joins again. It was a little bit slow with people joining last time, by the way. I mean, slow right now. Look at this.
Fancy Lord says, big question. With running back value plummeting and young wide receiver value rising, why is Bijan so highly coveted in the 23 draft? If this is the case, his value will almost certainly depreciate in the near future. So here's the big difference, I would say. The reason that running back value is depreciating is twofold. One, teams don't value middle level guys like they used to. 2, teams have committee backs. But the difference with Bijan Robinson is that he is absolutely, unquestionably, without a doubt, a workhorse running back, a 3-down, top 5 type finish type of running back.
Yeah.
The NFL that we're in today, there's not many guys like that. So I would almost argue, and it's maybe a difference of opinion there, I would also almost argue that he becomes more valuable in Dynasty and fantasy football, being at his age and how rare it is to find a running back with his skill sets that will probably get first round draft capital. I would say he's almost like the belle of the ball, if you will. Like, very rare to find a guy like this. We probably won't have a Bijan Robinson every draft, if not like once in every 3 or 4 drafts, you'll have a Bijan Robinson, right? So he's kind of like that rare. He's not just an incredible runner. He's also an incredible receiver, both out of the backfield and lined up out wide. I mean, I think he ran, how many routes did he run? He ran a ton of routes. Very good route runner, knows how to get open, great in space. So I would just say, just to offer my thoughts, I feel like he is a rare breed that you just don't find anymore. And to have a running back like that at his age, to be a true 3-down guy is extremely hard to find. That's all I would say personally.
Yeah. I agree with Zach. I think, Fancy Lord, you're probably thinking of, every running back value depreciates over time. Maybe you're saying in the near future. What's near future for you? 2-3 years? I mean, we've seen that with people. We've seen that with people already. Like, we kind of see that with Najee in the Dynasty Valley. Does it depreciate tremendously? But no, we saw a drop from a round or 2 in a Dynasty startup or in value or whatever the case may be. Same thing is going to happen with Bijan if he doesn't perform the way he does. But this is the way we speak about Bijan, the best running back prospect since Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
It feels like success is going to be there no matter what. No matter what team he goes to, no matter how long he's going to be in the league, success is there. And maybe it'll be really hard to picture it's just really hard to picture someone like Bijan value decreasing tremendously so fast. In the near future. So
I mean, he's a better prospect than even like Jonathan Taylor, and he's going to have a season like Jonathan Taylor to kind of prove himself. But from that perspective, if he's a year older and if he's even like a top 8 finish this year, right, his value won't decrease. But I can understand it, but we might be thinking too far into the future with that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and start this draft off. 60 seconds on the clock.
Gosh,
yeah,
imagine.
I guess to summarize, running backs, how the NFL views running backs has changed, but Bijan is like that rare breed that kind of breaks that mold. Not only can you use him on the ground and every down, you can also use him in the passing game. It's like, what would you pay for Christian McCaffrey if Christian McCaffrey was just joining the NFL? Saquon Barkley, if he was just joining the NFL, these guys can do it both on the ground and in the air. Obviously different players, but hopefully you get where I'm coming from. Jesse, thank you so much for the super chat, man.
We appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the donation. That's very kind, and maybe too much, but we appreciate it. We appreciate it a lot. Thanks for the donation. That's very kind.
It is love.
Let us know if we can help with any questions. We'd love to help out. So we saw Bijan go, then CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, and now you're on the clock, Badake.
Yeah. Okay, I know Gibbs went to the Panthers. I like Quentin. I took Quentin last time. I'll take Gibbs here just to see how I feel.
Okay.
I like the landing spot. Immediate workload there with the Panthers. Not that much competition there as well with DJ Moore. At least we're just looking at the body of work over there in the Panthers in the roster. So
yeah. Trying to trade for Jordan Love in a league. So that's why you see me looking down.
J Love, love it. Jesse, man, we appreciate you. That's awesome. Anthony Richardson. So how you feel about Darnell Washington? Thinking he'll be more blocking tight end, but could definitely surprise. But yeah, I think there's been reports. I've heard reports that Darnell Washington is trying to drop 15 pounds before the combine, which is he either dropped it. We'll figure that out now. Let me see what
it's going to be harder to do that than to add pounds for some of these other guys.
Let me see what we have him in currently in our rookie scouting. He is currently, from what we know, obviously this is unofficial, 6'7", 270 pounds. So he's trying to drop 15 pounds there. That's going to be really tough. And if he does come in with that less than 15 pounds, wow.
Yeah. Okay, so JSN's off the board. Quentin Johnston's off the board. I have Jordan Addison here available to me. And I believe Jordan Addison went to your New York Football Giants at the end of the first round. So I feel pretty good about sitting here at the 1-8 and grabbing a talent like Addison. Honestly, I have the 1-7 Badake in our home Dynasty League. And I'm feeling like good about, okay, who lands there? I could get one of these quarterbacks. I could get A-Rich, JSN, Johnston, or Addison. I feel really good about those possibilities here around the 107, 108.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels good. And the home league, you just never know what's going to happen, brother.
We don't know. But a lot of people need quarterbacks in that league, so.
Yeah, where am I in that league? I don't even.
But just on Darnell Washington, I think he's going to be a much better NFL player than for fantasy. That's how I would view him. Some people have said, he's kind of like an extra offensive lineman, which you can see how that would offer a ton of value to a team, both in the passing game and in the rushing game. I don't know that I see him becoming a top 5 to 6 to 7 dynasty tight end ever.
Agreed.
But I think he's going to be an incredible NFL player. I just don't know that I would value him. Like right now, the only tight end I have him above of those top 6, for me at least, is Sam Laporta. I know you're higher on Sam Laporta than I am, but for me, I want Tucker Kraft over Washington. I want Luke Musgrave, Kincaid, Mayer. I want all those guys over Washington right now. And if Sam Laporta, because I don't see him going until the 3rd round, that's why I'm struggling with him. If he does sneak into the 2nd round, then I could consider him over Washington. As a real NFL player, you could put Washington tied for 2, if not 2. But for dynasty purposes, him scoring fantasy points, I don't know if he is going to become that player.
No, and
it would have to be through touchdowns. You know, he'd have to have like a 10 touchdown season or something.
Right, and I think that's what's so hard, because I have Washington as my last tight end in this class. The talent's there, the size is there. I just don't see the pathway to targets, to a true production compared to the other people that I see in the same part, the Tucker Crafts, the Lukes, right? So I see more of like, okay, I can see Sam Laporta, I can see those guys getting at least maybe 60 targets potentially, or 50 targets, and doing something with that. Where Darnell Washington is like, he's in on the run blocks, he's in on the goal line. You know, he probably leaked out for that 1 yard touchdown. You know, and he probably gets one. He'll probably have a Robert Tonyan week where he scores 3 touchdowns, right? Like, I can see that happening. But it's not going to be a viable thing to like, okay, let me go invest in him. But if the draft capital is there, it would be interesting.
Okay, hold on for a second. Are we not going to ignore history here? You just drafted Zach Evans. What am I missing?
According to the list of the running back rooms, I am happy to take Zach Evans here.
Wow.
He did go to the Rams in the second
What a
round.
day.
Third round. I don't like Zach Evans, but if he does get the capital, if he does go to a team that I believe he can get a workload, which, mind you, I think this is still more of a 50-50, 60-40 workload, I'm okay with this. So we'll see what happens.
We pray for days like this. I'll tell you what.
Don't like him.
I love it. Okay, I'm up on the clock now. And I've talked about this before. You know, I'm a little bit... I'm not going to say I'm higher than consensus, because there are some people who have Devin A-Chain as like the RB3 in this class. That's crazy. I'm not going to take him over some of these other guys. But
right.
I do like A-Chain. I'm in that category of people who's like, hey, I can see these elite traits. I know he's undersized. I see these elite traits. My ideal role for him is to be a very, very good third down back / weapon. And here, as he goes to the Browns, I love how he could complement Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is your first, second down guy, bruiser back, and A-Chain instantly steps into the third down role there in Cleveland. And keeping in mind that Cleveland doesn't have a lot of draft capital to draft weapons to support Deshaun Watson. So A-Chain instantly becomes, I think, a pivotal part of this offense. Again, I'm not anticipating A-Chain ever getting like 10 carries a game type player, right? But no, 8 to 12 touches a game, however that looks, I could be really intrigued by that. So I'll take him there at the 2-8.
Yeah. A-Chain, let's see what happens with the guy, with the little speedster. Could have the fastest 40 amongst running backs going in the NFL Combine here in a couple of days. So it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, Zach just had a LeBron can't believe this is my life moment right there. What do you guys think of Jaden Reed? So I was actually pulling up what I wrote about Jaden Reed in our little Dynasty draft guide, I guess we could call it, over on Patreon. My comps to him, like realistically, I feel like we're looking at a Devin Duvernay type player. Versatile weapon, probably a wide receiver 2 or 3 on a team. Difficult to say he has the upside to be a consistent fantasy producer, but of course it's ridiculous to say that no one could develop into that, because you know you got the Cooper Kupps of the world, these guys who go late and then different skill sets but they succeed. But what I wrote about him, and I'll give you guys a little teaser in case you are curious, because we write blurbs for every player. I said Jaden Reed is a seasoned wide receiver prospect with a robust career at Michigan State. Damn, this guy's good. Over his time at Michigan State, he has proven to be a versatile player, demonstrating the ability to contribute to the offense in several alignments as a kick returner. He possesses a strong lower half and run after the catch ability, making him a challenging tackle in the open field. With the ball in hand, Reed can use his strength, quickness, and acceleration to make plays and beat defenders. While he has proven production in traditional receiving alignments, his non-traditional uses may be his best path to success in the NFL. Despite his versatility, Reed has the room for improvement, particularly in his catch radius, and his long run speed. In the NFL, Reed's skill set will enable him to play multiple roles early in his career as he strives to become an offense's second option. Woo!
Wow, I mean, what an opportunity
Sheesh.
there.
But all that to say, it sounded cool, but essentially I view him as like a wide receiver 2 or 3 and probably a kick returner for a team.
Yeah, definitely some upside. I think kick returners thing could be very special here for Jalen Reed, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Kendra at the 210. Yeah, I like Kendra at the 210 as well. Damn, that was going to be my pick.
Xavier Hutchinson.
So
Yeah, I took Luke
Xavier's
Musgrave.
off the board.
Took Luke Musgrave at the 2.8 or 2.7 in the
Hey,
last
thanks for
round.
the sub, Jesse. Sorry, continue.
Appreciate you. And I got him at the 3.4 here, which is interesting. And he went to the Lions in the second round.
Yeah. Let's Has Tucker Kraft been drafted?
Nope.
And he went to the Panthers. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll take a little Tucker Kraft here.
Little
Oh,
tuk-
wait.
A little tuk.
I'm sorry. I'm actually going to go Tanner McKee. Again, Tanner McKee gets drafted in the second round to the Bucks. He only has to beat out Kyle Trask. I'll take him there. Thanks for the super chat, AK. Appreciate that.
Appreciate
He
you.
says
Man.
in a 12-man, one quarterback, half PPR, non-tight end premium league, my tight end room is Dulcich and Bellinger. Should I be looking to add a tight end in this year's draft? So you certainly don't have like an elite guy in there yet. We would say that Dulcich could jump a tier this year if he, because when I look at that team, I see Jerry Jeudy as the one, and then Dulcich and Sutton kind of sharing that second receiving option target share. So I would say I'm comfortable with this room. I wouldn't force it, but like if a good tight end is available in the third round, there is no harm in drafting them and see what happens. Because if you draft a Tucker Kraft late third or a Luke Musgrave and they end up being a top 12 tight end for whatever reason year one, well, now you have flexibility, to make some moves.
Yeah, I like it. It makes sense. Great guy. 23 years old. Daniel Bellinger, if I'm not mistaken, he's 22, 23 years old as well. Had good opportunities. Both of these guys had good opportunities. Both struggled with injuries some point in the season. Could easily be guys that are going to see a big uptick coming into 2023. So, yeah, it's exciting to see what can happen for both of these guys.
Yeah. As a season ticket holder for Michigan State, a lot of people don't realize how good Jaden is on the outside, especially in contested catching. That's interesting because I feel like his catch radius is one of his weakest parts of his game, but I absolutely respect the opinion for sure. Where would you say Brandon Cooks fits well?
I think a team is going to...
Do you think like the Chiefs could make a ton of sense there?
Exactly. Look, when you think of older guys, and I think this is the trend, and that's going to go for a very long time. You think of older guys that are in need of a wide receiver, a veteran wide receiver that has the history of production. You go to those top Super Bowl contenders, the Bills, the Chiefs. I'll
put the Vikings there.
Yeah, any team that needs
not as a Super Bowl contender, but
right,
they could use.
I get what you're saying. That needs somebody that could potentially use somebody. I'm just gonna.
You won't like it, but I'll put the Giants in that conversation. I don't think it's crazy to put like the Saints there because he's been in New Orleans before.
Look. Yeah, for me, for the Giants,
the Browns could make sense.
Where we're building personally, or how we're building.
You just don't want Brandon Cooks. Just be honest. The Cowboys could make sense.
Just doesn't make sense for us, to be honest. Yeah, all those teams that are Super Bowl contenders for. I think for OBJ, I'll say the same thing for DeAndre Hopkins. These players aren't going to go to teams that are in a real rebuild phase. And that's why I feel so bad for someone like a Devontae Adams right now. It's like, you don't trade for Devontae Adams and then go get a rookie quarterback and put him in for the first year. Why am I here? You know, like why did you bring me here? I'll be so upset. But I mean, he's getting the bag anyway.
Yeah. Musgrave will climb up draft boards. We agree. Yeah, Izzy didn't get drafted in this mock. Charlie Jones, I'm not super excited from a dynasty perspective. I believe he's 24 already, if I'm not mistaken, or he will be. Might be 25 soon. I can't remember, but I just don't know what to think about him yet, honestly. I don't know that he gets very high draft capital, where he feels like a 5th round pick to me, and then what do we do? You know, but I could be wrong.
Sorry, who was this?
Charlie Jones.
Okay. Sorry, I was just talking down really fast. Right.
Casey is talking about his sleeper, which is Tank Dell. After the combine, y'all going to be talking about Tank Dell. I feel like all we've done is talk about Tank Dell since the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, since the Senior Bowl, people were talking about Tank Dell.
I know he's going to be fast. Tank Dell, I feel like I've talked about him so much. I don't know what else to say. I mean, at his size, it's hard not to rule him out. But hey, he'd probably get drafted in the 2nd, 3rd round, and you know, he'll probably end up being a late 2nd pick, I would say. And people who believe that he's going to succeed in the NFL will take a shot on him.
Tyquan Thornton vibes.
You mean like different sizes, but you mean
like the
fantasy value or
the values of like, okay, whoa, like we weren't expecting Tyquan to be drafted in the 2nd, right?
No.
When he was drafted, we're like, okay, Tyquan Thornton makes sense. Not that much competition on this team. We should see a pathway. Does that happen to Tank Dell, an even smaller guy? A guy, you know, like that's how I'm feeling about it. I don't want to invest in someone like that.
I would say, just to be fair to Tank Dell, I would say he is a much better route runner and separator than Tyquan Thornton.
Agreed.
Probably doesn't have the speed, but he has the advantage with his size. By the way, in Tank Dell, who currently he's ranked as my 4.2 in rookie draft. So I think it's good value there, Casey, for sure. I just feel like we have talked about him a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sam Laporta was a good value there at the 4.7 for sure. Sam says, give me Mahomes, Kelsey Cook stack. I'm here for it. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I don't feel bad for Devontae. Bro got a bag and decided to go to Mahomes' division. Fair.
Yeah.
Are people still talking about Evan Hull's Senior Bowl? We aren't, but there could be people out there who are. And that's, I don't mean that like disrespectfully, but we just it's not something that we've really highlighted. We don't really talk about, I would say, like, of events that should change your mind of an opinion, the Senior Bowl's like at the very, very bottom. Hopefully the Senior Bowl confirms what you already thought about a player rather than, you know, then
yeah, exactly,
making you feel differently about a player. I don't know if that makes sense, but
don't put too much weight in the Senior Bowl. There's some hype, and like Zach said it before, a lot of Senior Bowl hype. What was it? Calvin Ridley, or not Calvin Ridley? Calvin Austin. There was some other people I forgot off the top of my head, but that had the Senior Bowl hype. But Calvin Austin was definitely one of them, and
yeah,
you know,
I mean, over the years we've seen a lot of players, and like the difference is, I know people have talked about, well, Debo was at the Senior Bowl, Terry McLaurin was at the Senior Bowl. Well, that's fine. Hopefully you just liked them as prospects already going in. You know what I mean? The Senior Bowl hopefully, again, confirms what you saw in analytics, in watching film. Hopefully it's not something that you're like, oh, because of the Senior Bowl, I like this player now. No. The Senior Bowl should just confirm, hopefully, what you already saw on film. But yeah,
there's
Evan
definitely
Hull,
some people that raises their stock for sure.
Sure. Yeah, we can't make any sort of absolutes in statements, but I'm just bringing up the tweet now. So last year, think about the Senior Bowl. These are some players who got hype. Abram Smith. I remember Abram Smith was the talk of the town during Senior Bowl last year. Bayless Jones, Jalen Tolbert, Carson Strong, Christian Watson. So Christian Watson, ton of Senior Bowl hype, and in that scenario, it was worth it, right? The hype was worth it. So there's no absolutes. Definitely, there's definitely those people who kind of fit a different mold. But anyway, hopefully that makes sense. But that might be it for today. Might be it. That's might be all she wrote for today. Do us a favor and drop a like if you have yet to do so. Hey, tomorrow's going to be a little bit different potentially. We might go to live a little bit earlier. It's my wife's birthday, and we're going out for birthday lunch. So just stay tuned over on our Discord with information about when we go live. I still need to figure out exactly when the lunch is.
I think we'll probably work best is maybe another rookie mock instead of the Dynasty startup, so it is shorter.
Yeah,
and at least we can come on, have conversation, and instead of going through a whole Dynasty startup, unless we want to do a 30-second Dynasty startup from the jump and then go straight into it. But
yeah,
we can.
I think my mind was just to push it a little bit earlier so we can still have like a good stream and kind of have it relaxed out. So sure. We'll figure it out and let you guys know in Discord. Shane says I saw Noah from BDGE do a video on Hull. Noah does great work, so I'm sure it's a very good video, no doubt in my mind. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining us. We will see you very soon. I dropped a video today, which it's been really, really cool to see the feedback. And if you're in Dynasty and you have rookie drafts coming up, I gave you guys 5 things that I believe you should stop doing in your Dynasty rookie drafts. So if you want to keep watching some content from us, I give 5 tips. It's a 15-minute video, just under 15 minutes. Go ahead and check that out. I'll drop it in the chat box there, and hopefully it's helpful. But otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All love, and enjoy the rest of your days.
Love.